The granny, I had to tell her pick it. You wanna feed now? Anything under 18, just like.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. All that and more coming up next.
On a warm late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, a lot of buzz here in the tri-state area about these Jets in 2023. Do you think that they are ready to challenge the Bills and the Dolphins for supremacy in the AFC East?
I certainly do, and for two big reasons. Number one, Aaron Rodgers is in town at quarterback, but number two, their defense, which kept them in every game last year and only got better through the draft this year. They can pair those together. They can compete with anyone in the AFC East and the AFC in total.
Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they made sure to lock up their signal caller in the offseason, Jalen Hurts, and probably a wise idea after he finished as a runner-up to Patrick Mahomes for league MVP.
It certainly was a wise idea, because now they have their signal caller for the foreseeable future. And think of the strides he's made since he entered the league. Everyone knew he could move it around with his legs, but boy, has he become accurate throwing the football.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback, but last year he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. He's also one of the league's most dangerous players, thrown for 38 touchdowns his last two seasons and run for another 23.
A run for the former Seahawk. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On second down, here's Penny. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Eagles.
Now Hurts going to keep it right left. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Well, the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
After years of flirting with the idea, the four-time MVP finally found his way out of Green Bay this offseason, guiding himself to the Jets. We know he's already a Hall of Fame lock, but this is a chance to add one more crowning achievement to his resume.
Hey, check 26.
Now the second-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Kelly, don't let Kelly.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Take 30. Over here. Flip again.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. He's across midfield and all the way down to the 41-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. On first and 10, it's Hall. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Snap comes at 1. Open man here is Conklin. A good pickup there at 22. From the 8, they've got it first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Rodgers now to throw. Being chased out left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they come up now second and goal. On second down, a run with Hall. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 6, but they've still got some work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
26. Zoom. Going right.
Now Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hurts to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Quentin Jefferson able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to it. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly.
And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Hey, 626.
On play action, Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Leaves it for Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Shakes off the sand, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Jets going to take over now late in this 1st half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action. Now Rodgers. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
Hey, Mike. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. We are going.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Right now, you got 58. Back door. Hey, 88.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visit. Well, no sooner do the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, 3rd quarter, ready to go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some talent. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get 300.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Cali, don't let Cali.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
If I'm making excuses, and I am, sometimes the sun can be difficult on a ball like that. That looked like it was going to be right there, but it's in and out of his hands. And a potential big play goes by the wayside.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This short throw caught by Goddard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And New York set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
There he goes, left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Running left, it's Hall.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9.
26.
To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Back to throw here. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over. The New York set to take the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Rodgers now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Yeah, this.
Here's Rodgers. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 56 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They begin with a run by Penny, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd down, here's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard, and he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hardman to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Jump with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd down.
Jump out. Jim. Back the ball.
Rodgers to throw. And check down, complete to Hall. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, 88.
To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
Get 300. Plant. We're not going.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move. right there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Again, it's Penny.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3.
On 3rd down, Penny. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That